Hi everyone, I'm Mimi Null, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be using Kraft's newest product, Philadelphia Cooking Cream. The more I use this product, the more I realize I can't live without it. It's unbelievable. It offers such versatility. It can be used in my shrimp and linguine as a pasta sauce. I plan to use it on a pizza instead of the red sauce. And I'm going to ask my husband, who makes the greatest mashed potatoes in the world, by the way, to use the savory garlic to make garlic mashed potatoes. I think it would just be fabulous. The flavor is unbelievable. I love that it comes in 4 different varieties, and it's so easy to use. You can just spoon it out, and presto, you have a fabulous, fabulous entree. And the other thing that I love about it too, it allows me to omit several other ingredients and use this in place of them. So today I am going to demonstrate my tomato basil tart recipe. And normally I would use 4 cloves of garlic, mayonnaise, and Parmesan cheese. But instead I'm going to substitute using the cooking cream in place of those ingredients. So let's get started and let me demonstrate this recipe for you. My tomato basil tart is a very simple recipe, but the Philadelphia cooking cream makes it even easier. So you first start out with a refrigerated pie crust. You can get this at your grocery store. And go ahead and unroll it into a 9-inch pie plate. And simply just roll the pie crust up, around, inside, but up the sides, and crimp the top just to make it look nice. And we will go ahead and pre-bake the pie crust just to be sure that the crust is nice and done and browned on the bottom once it's done. So I like to prick the bottom to let the air escape, and we'll go ahead and bake this at 375 degrees for 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, so in the meantime, you can go ahead and chop up 4 to 5 tomatoes. And basically, I just cut them in wedges. Nothing has to be perfect, just is, and let them drain on a piece of paper towel. Now, I say 4 to 5 tomatoes because you can use any type of tomato. You can use beefsteak tomatoes or whatever variety you're growing in your garden in the summertime. I'm using plum tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes. You can use anything. So depending on the size of the tomato, that really will dictate how many tomatoes to use. So go ahead and slice up between 4 and 5. So I'm doing just that, and let them drain on the paper towel. So once you finish slicing the tomatoes into wedges and letting them drain on a paper towel, take a cup of fresh basil, loosely packed, and you can chop that up into pieces. Okay, so all of this can be done as your crust is pre-baking. So give it a rough chop. I love the smell of basil. Oh gosh, it reminds me of summertime so much. And this is a great dish to do any time of year, but it really is even better in the summertime. When I make this, I use the fresh tomatoes I grow in my garden and the basil too, and it is just so delicious. It has the same flavor as a caprese salad with that you may order with tomato and mozzarella and basil. So it has those same flavors. Okay, so once you have finished chopping up the basil, you're just waiting now on the pre-baked crust. Normally, at this point, you would be chopping up 4 garlic cloves, but because of the cooking cream, we don't have to do that. After taking the pie crust out of the oven after it's pre-baked, go ahead and add 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese or any kind of blended cheese really could choose whatever you'd like. I'm using a blend of mozzarella and several other Italian cheeses. On top of the cheese, go ahead and put your sliced tomato wedges. Now, you can go ahead and arrange those if you'd like, or you can just pile them high, and that works too. Now, after piling the tomato wedges into the pie crust, you can go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit of fresh ground pepper on top of the tomatoes. I'd say about 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. And then, this is when your fresh cut basil goes on top of the tomatoes. So just sprinkle that all over. And then after that, grab your Philadelphia cooking cream, savory garlic, and spoon that over top of the basil. Oh my goodness, the smell is unbelievable. So go ahead and spoon that over top of everything. Look how nice it's looking, and it smells delicious. And I know it's going to taste delicious. Oh my goodness, this is great. And then just spoon the savory garlic cooking cream over top of everything. And it's okay if the basil gets a little bit mixed up into it, that's fine. So spread it out, and then let me just, I don't want to waste any of this, it's so yummy. Okay, so just go ahead and then top the cooking cream with a cup of either mozzarella, and I'm using a blend of mozzarella and other Italian cheeses. I think there's Asiago in here, a little bit of provolone. So use whatever you'd like. And sprinkle that right on top of the cooking cream. And boy, doesn't that look delicious. Oh, it looks so great. Oh, it's so pretty too. I love the colors. And now what you do is pop this in the oven at 375 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'll put that in there now, and then I'll be back. While the tomato basil tart is baking in the oven, I'm going to do my minimal cleanup, and that is the other aspect I love about the cooking cream. I didn't have to get out the mayonnaise, measure the Parmesan cheese, and also chop up 4 cloves of garlic. All of that is time consuming, and it makes a mess. So I just have to put my Philadelphia cooking cream into my recycling bin and clean up my chopping board and my knife and my spoons. And that's it. It's all done. So I'll be back soon with the finished product, and then I'll taste it, and I can't wait. The tomato basil tart is out of the oven, and it looks fantastic. The cooking cream is melted, and the cheese on top is lightly browned, along with the crust that is browned also. So I'm going to take a little taste of this and see how it tastes. Looks so good, and it smells delicious. Wow, it looks awesome. This is delicious. This is unbelievably delicious. It is so good. And the garlic flavor tastes like I minced fresh garlic. And in my original recipe, it called for 4 cloves of garlic, and this is perfect the way it is. I wouldn't change a thing. In fact, what I'm going to change is my original recipe and substitute the 4 garlic cloves, mayonnaise, and Parmesan cheese with the savory garlic cooking cream. You'll love it. Please try it. Hope to see you soon. Bye.